Alright, morning guys. Last little bush trip for the year before I get an air reconstruction at the end of November. So we're about mid-November now. So you've got about a 7.5, 8 hour drive up to Mount Seabrook. Sort of a 200 kilometres north or west of Meekatharra, somewhere around there. I'll put a little description up. So I'll go up through Murchison. Actually, that just reminds me I've got to get something from the car, from the house. And then, yeah, so on the way up, I've got, drone flights to do. I won't be able to fly today. It's a pretty big area, a lot of flights. So what I'll do is I'll get up there today, get the flight control done, get the driven check shots done. There's a few other little heights they want shot around the camp. So I'll do all that and then pretty much stay the night, wait till the sun's high enough tomorrow, fly it all, and then come home. At least that's the plan at the moment. But I just realised I need to get something. There's a couple of ruins. Set of ruins I'll stop at on the way up, set of ruins I'll stop at on the way back, and as far as I'm concerned, that's probably all there is. I won't camp, I'll stay on site. It's one of the best sites. It's just a little five-man mine camp. Awesome site. Been going there for nearly over 10 years now. So every year about this time of the year. So yeah, I'll definitely enjoy that one. And it's going to be bloody hot. So an air conditioned room probably is much nicer. All right, I've got to get something from inside the house that I've just forgotten. Bye. All right, just coming up upon Twin Peaks woolsheds or Imagery woolsheds. Another one of those stations that's had two different names over the years. So it once was Imagery, but now it's known as Twin Peaks. Beautiful spot. So Paul and Joe Squires own Twin Peaks. I've actually stayed there a lot, not a lot in recent years, but probably 5, 6 years, 7 years ago, we did a massive road upgrade for the ASCAP out at on the Pindar Barangara and the Willeen Road and that, and yeah, stayed there a lot. And Joe has got to be the absolute best cook I have ever come across in my life. Yeah, literally never had a bad meal with Joe. But yeah, I've been through here. I've photographed all these woolsheds before. I'll probably chuck some of them up, but I'm not going to go right through them because they're still using it. They don't run sheep, but they still use the sheds for storage, and it's all pretty well maintained. And yeah, I haven't asked them specifically if I could go through it. I've asked them in the past if I could photograph and share photos, but I haven't asked specifically if I could film it for YouTube or anything like that. So I'm not going to go through it all right now, just because it's still in use. If it was abandoned, I wouldn't have so many qualms, but yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's Imagery woolshed, short and sharp. I'm going to come out near Twin Peaks now and then continue on up to Murchison Settlement for fuel and then continue along from there. And here's a shot from exactly the same place on the river in a wetter year. Quite pretty, isn't it? Just coming by Mareevy Station and just reminded me of something that I did a couple of years ago here. I'll cut the video in. While I was coming along here and saw a mob of emus and wanted to test out a theory another mate had shown me. I think you'll find it a bit humorous. I'll cut it into the video. Alright, so you're probably wondering what I'm doing, laying on my back, waving my legs in the air. As the theory goes, if you spot some emus at a distance, like these guys were 150, 200 metres off the edge of the road, you get down on your back, wave your legs in the air, and the emus will come in and investigate what you are, and if you're another emu stuck on its back, they'll come right in to 10, 15, 20 metres of where you are. I think we can safely say it proved correct. Yeah, these guys came in for a look, hung around for a little bit. Once they determined I was not another emu, they took off again. All right, just pulled onto the side of the road south of Murchison Settlement. Just want to quickly go have a look for a benchmark, a pretty interesting benchmark that was supposedly put in by Peter Hilly. So I work for Hilly Thompson Delphos, which is one of the oldest survey companies in WA. Apparently Hilly put this one in 1954 out here south of Murchison Settlement. So yeah, I think it'd be worth a history's sake. Go have a look at it. It sounds like it's pretty interesting, which I'll show you. If I find it, I'll show you. If I don't find it, I'll just tell you about it. But it's only about 300 metres off the road, so I'll just go for a quick walk and try and find it. Come with me. So these benchmarks are only accurate to, well, they say within about 500 metres of the position that they have here. Some of them, more often than not, they're only a couple of metres out because they're done with GPS. They just have a good RL or elevation, but not a great position. That being said, I have found them, 300 metres out from where they say they are. So Z79 is somewhere around here. Z79 is a much more recent survey mark, but it says I'm pretty much on top of it, and it doesn't seem to be anywhere in sight. definitely a big cleared area. Anyway, doesn't matter. Z79 is not the one I want. I want A29. I'll just keep plodding along. So I'm essentially just looking for a star on, because that should indicate where it was. But then again, if it's 1954, it was last visited in 1964, there is every chance that star on is completely gone now. Slowly getting towards it. It would be pretty cool to find this. Don't like my chances. Trucking sign. Literally out in the middle of nowhere. An old tyre. Out in the middle of nowhere. Got a lot of big bones. Catalogue. Of course. Then again, you do get camels down this far. Alright, I am on top of it. Let's have a quick look around. Where could you be? Well, it's supposed to be right there. But as I said, we probably have a couple 100 meters any direction it could actually be. And if the star iron has fallen over and rusted away, we do not have much chance. There's fences over there, which would actually make more sense that it's close to a fence. Oh, actually, I've got the sketch. Where's the sketch? Opposite the Imagery turn off. I don't think it's anywhere near here. No. I think it's nowhere nearby. No, I reckon I'm going to find this, unfortunately. So, couldn't find the benchmark, which was pretty optimistic of me to try and find, given it's, what, 70 years old. And why I wanted to find that benchmark is that it is, yeah, like I said, put in by Peter Hilly, who was one of the founders of the company that I work for, Hilly Thompson Delphos. He put that in 54, and he actually put it in. He obviously had been out here working for a while, probably working on the Mullawal Byro Road, and he must have run out of proper brass plates and whatnot. So as an alternative for a bench point, he used an old beer bottle that he'd probably drunk the night before. So he mudded in a beer bottle into concrete below ground level, and that was his benchmark, survey grade benchmark, which is pretty fucking funny, I reckon. But he got, yeah. So a beer bottle from the night before, just mudded in as his surveyor's grade benchmark. So I find that hilarious, which is why I really wanted to find it, given the work connection and the history of it and the uniqueness of it, because I actually haven't come across one of them before, so would have been cool to find. Anyway, wasn't to be. I'm gonna head back to the road, back to the car, and keep going. Well, at least I've done it now. I've been meaning to stop here for a long time and just never done it, so cool enough day that I could do it. I think last time I came by it was pissing down with rain, so good enough reason. Alright, don't have to look again. Done. Through a shoe, poor bugger. Things you find wandering around in the bush. Still got one nail. Oh, mum, I went for the garden. You let the car. He's a big boy. Oh, they're having a bit of a stoush. Oh, this one's limp. The limp, or is he picking up dust because he wants to fight the other guy? No, he's limp. Nah, he's fucked. Poor bugger. Back left leg, something wrong with it. You alright, big fella? I'll have to let the people at the show know. Hey, big fella? That guy's staunch though. Oh, big boy. Alright. Just been pulled into the Murchison settlement, got some fuel, and then went to the the Shire office, because apparently they have a couple of books on the Murchison that I didn't know about. So yeah, I pulled in for one book and then I come away with three, as you do. So the matriarch of the Murchison, Gessie's story. We've also got Cathedrals of Corrugated Iron, which is pretty cool. And then finally, the one I was actually coming for, which was Road to the Murchison, illustrated story of the district and its people. This one's bloody good. This is the one I came for. So yeah, I'll finally get a bit more information on some of the things that I didn't know about, which I will, yeah, no doubt relay to you guys in videos and on the ground at some of these places. So already just flicking through it, I've found so much more information than there is even in like Wikipedia or through trawling through the state library news articles. So it's all pretty good information there. Exactly what I've been looking for. So hopefully I might look into seeing if there's something similar for the goldfields and the Gascoyne areas. That might fill in a few holes out there as well. But anyway, I'm just driving and yeah, I'm just passing Mount Narria now. And then yeah, still continuing on. Alright, finished the bitumen sections on the Kadar Mullable, so I am going to lock the hubs. because I'll be on gravel until I get back to here pretty much. So yeah, probably could have done it earlier, but still had a fair bit of bitumen on the carbon mower road, even though it's single lane to do. And the road was in good nick, so not too bad. Alright, continue on. Just coming in past Millie Station. So Millie was once run by the Broad family, along with Berengara, I believe. And so now I'm pretty sure there's no one actually in Millie currently. I don't think there has been for quite a while, but it is still maintained as if someone's there by Berengara, who now run the lease. So the leases are combined. Well, they're still individual leases, but they're run together. So yeah, like there's a homestead and sheds and everything. No one's actually living there day to day, but they still utilise it. Still well maintained, still has a lot of stuff in there. So that's one, because it's still effectively occupied and closed up, you're not going to go walking around in there. It's, not being abandoned like a lot of the other ones. So if you're out this way and you come across anywhere that looks like it's been looked after, then just leave it be. Don't go in. Don't take anything. Leave them as they are, because they're still being used, still being looked after to some extent. You come across ones that are obviously deteriorating and falling apart. Still don't take anything, please. But yeah, you can have a look, because as I've shown in the past, some ones that I went through 5-10 years ago nearly already been obliterated. So take the opportunity to have a look at them. I appreciate the history of them, but yeah, don't try and do anything you shouldn't. Don't respect the pastoral lease, and yeah, respect the property, even though it's not looked after property, if that makes any sense. All right, I'm still a fair way off. I forget that the riverbed's quite wide through here. Might turn you off, turn you back on when I'm actually closer. Looks like they've had a bit of water out here. There's been storms the last couple of days. In fact, looking behind us there, I reckon there'll be storms to Savi as well. There was a massive dust storm out Megathera yesterday. Pretty cool to see one of them today. But see, not to be in it, but to see it. All right, now we're coming across Millie Station. If I remember rightly, there's a few little... Oh, there's a cemetery, which I've never bothered to stop and look at before. Oh, quick. One, two, three, four. Joseph Frederick Waldeck. Died the 10th of April 1938, age 69. That's a good age for back then. Long neck stubby there, or bottle of wine maybe. So maybe all four of them are Waldeck graves, who maybe had it before the Broads, I guess. Oh, maybe that new book that I just bought will have a bit more information on that. We shall see. I do miss the rumble of the V8, but I do also find it extremely convenient to have an automatic again. Don't tell anyone I said that, because I've always been a staunch manual person. Alright. Old tank there. Another tank there. Couple of pumps beneath. Diesel pumps. Windmill in the tank. Pile of ruins. Some old yards out there. So, I wonder what that building was. I'll read the book later tonight, and if it tells me what they are, I'll probably cut it into this part of the video. Yeah, it's an old stone mudded together building, plastering on the outside, or whitewash on the outside. Stables. Sheds all closed up. Old cart. Yeah, you can tell just by the lack of green grass and green trees. Generally, if I'm looking at just a spot on the map and I haven't been through there before, I will sorry, I was just got distracted by some ruins out there. Yeah, I will go to Google Earth and just see if there's any greenery around the homestead. If there's greenery, it's occupied. If there's no greenery, it's not unoccupied. So like similar, like that one I've driven past 1,000 times, so I know the situation a million. But if it was one I didn't know about, I probably would have pulled in there, and just saw the state of it. So that one, clearly, you know, things are still locked up. There's signage, you know, they've obviously got this place is under CCTV, which is not. But that's kind of sign like that lets someone, at least someone with enough respect like myself, well, I'd hope most people, recognise, okay, if someone's still looking after this place and doesn't want other people poking through it, investigating it. So if you see signage like that, same as, you know, any track, private road or anything like that, don't go down it, you know, respect their wishes. But, you know, if you come across one and it's clearly deteriorated as some of the others I've shown you, no one's, you know, going there and doing anything to maintain or look after it, then, you know, I think you're well within your rights to go and at least take some photos, appreciate it for what it is, the history. Ideally, try and look into some of the history and you know, find out some more and make your actual observation worth it. But yeah, just as I said, don't break anything, don't take anything. Don't mistake, don't break, don't take. There you go. Don't mistake as in don't mistake it for abandon. Don't break anything and don't take anything. Looks like we've had a few isolated storms out here. So I've just passed the road maintenance crew back there and their camp. And they did say, oh, there'd be a bit more water up ahead, mate. Sure enough, it's a bit wet. I need to fill more windscreen wiping fluid up. Oh, hopefully that's the worst of it. Fuck, now the car's all muddy. I have to clean the fucker. This one's got to run straight out from the car. No. In some sense, young fella. Well, run as fast as you can. Just got to pick the right spot. Oh, that is soft. That was soft. Jesus Christ. Wow, that's nice. Now, she is very muddy. I really need to put some water in their windscreen wipers. Alright. But you may have noticed I'm getting better at turning off whatever's on the radio when I put you on. So you don't have to hear whatever that crap is. It's passing Beringer. Out where those big palm trees are. Maybe stables or something. There's the airstrip. And now we will turn to Mount Gould. So Mount Seabrook, where I'm going, is actually on Mount Gould. I think these guys at Beringer, I'm not sure their family name or anything, but I'm pretty sure they run like a trucking business or something out of there as well. Like most of the stations out here, they pretty much, you either got to diversify or die. Not many still going that are just stock, just run stock these days. A lot of them are, carbon farming, earthworks, trucking, whatever it is. Yeah, just diversifying. So shitloads of them, because they have their own earth moving equipment anyway, they just contract to the Shire, whatever their local Shire is, and do local upgrades and whatnot. Yeah. And yeah, these guys truck. Oh. Beringer out camp's just up here, but I'm quite sure I've taken you guys through that. I think. All right. So on the right there is the remains of the out camp woolshed, or the Beringer woolshed. I'll go have a quick look. Just do a drive-by. I'm sure I've shown you this before, but just doing a drive-by can't hurt. Yep. So once would have been undercover area there. Then yeah, the old woolshed floor there. Completely cacti. Well, not completely, but almost completely. That is a giant black wasp. And that's pretty much it. Just a nice big stone tank. And some more yards. And then over the other side, we have the ruins of the actual out camp, which I have walked through with you before. That's a standing building. That was that other building that's now just a roof on the ground. Walked through a couple of years ago. But yeah, no, she's all done now. All done. A little generator shed out the back, and that's it. Unfortunately, we can continue on. Again, been there before, don't need to waste time. I will take you through one old abandoned homestead. This today before I get to mine, because that'll be more than enough time to get what I need to get done today, because I am once again restricted by daylight flying hours. Just coming up on Mount Gould. That big ass hill. Just rolling into Seabrook now. Tiny little camp. It's only like a 5-6 man mine site. But a good mine site. Alright, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, guys, tune in next week and I will show you the operations of the LiDAR unit over the site and the ground control set out, and we will also explore a abandoned homestead. Thanks, see you then.